Hello, welcome back to the BTS Summer Cup with me, Nomad Casts, and him, Mo Farah DOTA. This is Team Singularity versus LeftOneTV in this best of 3 series in the upper bracket, and boy do we have a show for you guys as LeftOneTV took a relatively convincing Game 1 in a very flashy style, and now we're looking forward to an equally as exciting Game number 2. Mo Farah is going to take you through the picks and bans as they've come out in front of us before our very eyes. Mo, go.
Hello, everybody. So we have a first pick Wind Ranger. It's kind of fell off a little every single time or first band, but it has been picked up here. Still a very versatile hero. I think position 4 has been nerfed a little bit because of the Orb of Venom nerf, but still a good pick. LeftOneTV go for the Axe Skywrath for themselves. I was talking about S-Skill Axe last game. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see it then, but we do see it now. Axe Skywrath, everyone's seen this now. It's been around for at least a month or so now, probably even longer, maybe 2 months. Obviously, you have the call into the Skywrath ult in the mid game, and the lane always also puts so much pressure on the enemy safe lane just because of that battle hunger and because of the arcane bolt from the sky. So, Team Singularity, they go for the Beastmaster for themselves in return. Obviously, a hero that's very good at different things, so you can either split the map up, go for the ganking potential with the Shadow Blade. You could also go the Necro 3 build, go around for that pushing potential. Could be a dual offlaner for themselves with the Wind Ranger Beastmaster, but could still be a mid-Wind Ranger as well, and those be the 2 core picks. We'll have to see how the draft pans out for Singularity. Esco on the Axe, though. Classic. I think it's his most played hero at the moment, at least from what I've seen anyway. And so LOTV going back to some classic combos that we've seen. I just want to point out, LOTV, the bans in the first phase are really interesting as well. They actually banned the Wyvern, the Witch Doctor, and the Warlock. So a lot of the sustain heroes just taking out the Paulins, which I know Singularity do like picking up those kinds of heroes. So what are they going to go for here? Who's got the next pick? So it's LOTV with the next pick. Probably going to look to pick up their position 5. Sorry, carry on.
I just like what Team Singularity are doing already in this game. Like with the Wind Ranger and Beastmaster, these are heroes which can actually really get out and get in F1TV's faces, and I think that's what they were missing last game. It was the strong initiation and the kind of the pick-off potential they didn't really have. They went all team fight, and it just fell apart for them. F1TV were team fighting really, really well last game. So this game, change it up, go for a more pick-off orientated intro to your draft, and see how that works for you. I like it.
Yeah, they can punish this greed that comes up from LOTV now, like you said, with these good pick-off heroes in the Wind Ranger and the Beastmaster. And they can go for the Shadow Blade on the Beastmaster, like I said, for the pick-off, or they can go for the push potential with the Necro 3. Obviously, both these heroes are decent against the Axe as well.
Yep.
They don't necessarily get bursted just by the call, which a lot of carries do.
But are they decent versus S-Skill's Axe?
That's true. I like the Lifestealer ban from LOTV. That's one of the only heroes, again, and the Spectre as well. Some of the only heroes that don't die to the Axe carry. When you pick Axe as your offlaner, it kind of takes out a lot of position ones from the game for the enemy. Gyro's one that can survive. Spectre's another one. Lifestealer's another. Wow, they pick up the Ogre. So this is the support combo we've seen them run. I think we saw them run this against Empire, didn't we? They had the Skywrath and the Ogre as their 2 supports, and they basically did super well in their side lanes with the Skywrath and the Ogre. These supports both put a lot of pressure onto the enemy cores, and they're very good at protecting the cores that sit within their lane and just helping them farm. I'd like to see them pick up something that goes well with the Bloodlust as their 4th and 5th pick as well. Something that farms pretty fast with it.
Absolutely. What are some examples of that? Make a prediction. Be bold, Mo Farah.
Be bold. I can't just say I like the Bane pickup because they needed a strong position 5 as well. They needed something that can match up against the Ogre and the Skywrath in terms of trading harass. So I like that a lot. But, they could pick up the Weaver, like we saw last time with these 2 heroes. I don't think that would be too bad.
I mean, with the Beastmaster in the game, it's a little bit scary, and the Bane as well. 2 big hard catches for that Weaver.
It is a natural Lincoln's builder, though, which you definitely need this game against the Wind Ranger, Beastmaster, and Bane. It's very single target focused.
It's true.
Maybe something like... I think they need another form of, like... Well, they go back for the Marana. Okay, so it's probably going to be a Waga Marana.
No.
Could be Stormstormer.
Waga
it's not going to be the S-Skill. Not going to be the S-Skill Marana this time. Okay.
He's on his big red dude again. Back in his natural state.
And again, the Moonlight Shadow is pretty good here. In terms of vision gain, you know, this Beastmaster gives you a really good trump card for that. But with the Moonlight Shadow from the Mirana, it can be a bit more difficult
5 seconds remaining.
to try and fight into that. And we saw the Moonlight Shadow do a lot of work last game as well. It's like effectively almost like a smoke, as long as you don't walk past an observer with a sentry. So. Moonlight Shadow, probably one of the most underrated aspects of the hero, I would say, if you can use it effectively.
Yeah,
Singularity here. I would normally say here it's probably a decent start game, but against the Axe, it's pretty difficult. So they need something that can survive the Axe call, and that matches up well against that can be strong in the laning stage, I would say. And it'll probably be their position 1 here, so they don't reveal whether it's a Wind Ranger position 4 or 2.
Yeah, I was gonna say Lifestealer, but the Lifestealer is banned out. So I mean, maybe something like the Void with a bit of escape might be nice this game, but then again, the consistent damage of Skywrath can really damage the Void and force him out of lane. But then again, what can survive against the Axe Skywrath lane?
It's a super difficult lane against the Axe as a Void as well. Those spins just constantly come through. You can't really fight. You don't really do anything in the laning stage as a Void unless you get a lucky bash. And they're running out of time on Singularity. I think this is a really difficult position for them to be in this draft at the moment. Wow,
that feels desperate and well, risky, quite honestly. Talking of heroes, you know, it's kind of the same thing as the Void, just worse, in my opinion. I mean, the reason Void would be better, in my opinion, is just because of the Time Walk allows you to get rid of some of that Skywrath damage, and the Battle Hunger damage is going to be coming out. On the flip side, at least PA can last hit from afar, so she can always get rid of that Battle Hunger if she times her daggers correctly, but it's a small flip side for a pretty swishy hero who's relatively weak in lane.
Yeah, playing this PA into an Axe Blade Mail call is very risky.
Oh, yeah.
If you get cool Blade Mail, you're basically just dead. Like, they don't really have too much save potential. They have the Nightmare at the moment on the Bane, which is nice, but they have to find this Axe at the start of the fight if they want the PA to work. This ganking potential coming out at the moment from LOTV looks super good.
Yeah.
Their vision game just has to be on point for Singularity. I'm not convinced.
No, I'm definitely on the fence about this pick, but we'll see. Everybody likes a nice big flashy number coming up, so and you know, you can blow up that Skywrath and you can blow up that Mirana very quickly in these fights, but yeah, Ogre Magi, he's going to take a bit more to go down, and now LeftOneTV have the freedom of choice for their carry.
Honestly, it all depends who gets the jump first, because if the Axe gets the jump first, the PA's just dead. But Singularity have lots of ways to initiate fights here. They've got the Shackle, they've got the Roar, and they've got the Grip. So if they can control the Axe with any one of those spells, the PA is going to be able to freely get her damage off this game. All it takes is a BKB, and then she's absolutely fine if the Axe is controlled. So it's all about who gets the jump.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fair. And yeah, as you say, there's not that much lockdown, you know, unless you get a really big arrow. There's only the Ogre Magi to provide any lockdown after the Axe is dead.
Yeah. Ember hasn't actually been touched this game at all, which is another one that we see quite a lot at the moment.
Yeah, you know, you don't see LOTV playing it that much. I think it's a Stormer hero, but
Radiant team ban.
The Lena ban, okay. So some burst damage to go along the Roar would have been really nice. It's a good ban out. When you Roar somebody or control them, they don't, unless this PA comes online pretty quickly, they don't have too much damage at the moment. So, okay, so it's a mid-Wind Ranger. Fair enough.
yeah.
So now this is the reason they've picked the PA. They have the snowball save now on the Tusk.
Yeah.
So that's their way of dealing with the Axe call.
That's actually really good. Actually, I seriously like that.
Yeah.
I'm serious,
if they can
man.
just survive the Axe call, this PA just does whatever she wants. Super good pick. And the problem is, apart from this Axe call, LOTV don't really have a way to start fights. Like they're so reliant on this Axe for initiations that when the Tusk Snowball save does come out, they don't really have any follow-up control. So you might look to see they might pick up some kind of more control hero here, but again, I still feel like they lack damage on the LOTV side too. I think they're stuck in a bit of a corner hole here with their last pick. I feel like they need a lot of things here from their last pick. I'm not sure there's going to be a hero that can tick all the boxes for them.
Alrighty, going back for the Invoker again. Why change a winning strategy is the logic here, followed by LOTV as they pick up 2 calls which they used last game in different hands this game as Wagamama takes over from Eskil on the jumpy cat lady. And
When in doubt, everybody put your hands in the air. Storm, please save us.
Yep. Save us with your godlike Invoker plays. Pretty scary to play against.
I think he played this Invoker when they did against it with this Skywrath Ogre combo too, and we talked about how they might go for the Sunstrike with the axe. They've got 4 of the 5 heroes that they had against Empire in this draft. It's just the Marauder instead of the Weaver. And we talked about how they might go for the Sunstrike build because they have the axe on the team for the pick-off potential. But when you've got the Sky on your team, I actually don't think you need to. I think he's just going to go back for that Crosswax Invoker again, which he plays so well.
Probably. Crosswax is also really good with the axe in your team though, because obviously you've got that combo, the Exort, sorry, no, the EMP, that's what I was looking for. The EMP, you don't need the Tornado to set it up, which is really valuable. Then you can use Tornado in other ways, such as cancelling spells or taking people out of the fight. Okay, getting a bit graphical on somebody's toilet experience.
Everyone wants to know about it, I'm sure. I'm not 100% sold as Invoker pick again. I said last time that...
It's not me, says Lago. Well, now we know.
I bet it's S-skill, dude.
It's always a skill. So you're not 100% sold on the Invoker.
I'm not 100% sold on the Invoker, but I said that last game. They
never are.
Stopped.
And the game before, when they picked it against Empire, you said you weren't convinced on it. So
I'm going to go for Singularity again, though. I think they've solved the issue of the axe with the Tusk Call, and I think unless Stormstormer goes absolutely ham on this Invoker, which we know he can, there is a good chance of it happening. But I think the Singularity draft looks a lot better this time out.
Wind Ranger's really good versus the Crosswax Invoker at mid, by the way, because of the Wind Run. Just means that Cold Snap is basically not that good anymore.
Yeah.
Alrighty, well, let's get into it. Game number 2. Can LOTV make it a 2-0, or are we going to be going to a third game this evening in the BTS Summer Cup? My name is Nomad. He is Mo Farah. Let's get into it. Mikey and Bashok head up to this top lane, so it's going to be the Tusk and the Beastmaster lane. No surprises here. It feels like a pretty strong laning combo. As Bashok actually hasn't gone for that Orb of Venom, which I would have liked to see on him. Just for the comboing up with that Inner Beast Aura would have been really nice, but...
He has got the Orb of Venom.
Sorry, he has got the Orb of Venom, which I really like.
Shut up, Nomad.
I know, Jesus.
I just want to say, this Skywrath item build is a bit questionable to me. He's bought 6 Tangos and a Salve. And he doesn't have that much mana regen, so...
Oh no, he didn't read the patch notes! He doesn't know.
Like, even last patch, we saw Skywrath basically getting almost no regen. And just spamming the Arcane Bolt away. And I feel like we would have seen more of that now that it costs more mana. But he's gone the completely different route. He's probably just going to look to trade right-clicks, which, against a Bane, doesn't sound massively promising.
No, Bane's got a lovely... would you call it a lifesteal spell? That's literally what it is, right?
Yeah, it is, yeah. Brain Sap.
Bane's got lifesteal. Heard it here first, folks. Which always makes trading pretty nice. Arrow going to come in. Mikey's just going to tank it. Tusk will come in and take the rune instead. Wagger starts the game off with a huge arrow, though. It's just good for team morale, I think. Land that arrow and everyone's like, woo! We did it!
Send a warning shot as well. Like, he sends the arrow.
Yeah. Exactly. We can land arrows on our own rune for us.
Wagger using the taunt while he blocks the top wave as well. It's pretty impressive. Style points.
See, this guy's just got so much skill. He can do anything. Oh, middle lane
gets a good block mid.
Yeah,
to hold the high ground.
Really nice for him, and this actually hurts Wind Ranger a ton because now she's on the low ground, and she's a hero which, as we always say when we see a Wind Ranger, she likes to out harass her lane, and well, with a start like this, it's pretty favourable for Stormstormer.
And you see straight away in this bot lane, they just start pounding away at the Bane. Who's actually gone for 3 mangoes himself, which at the start doesn't help a lot, but when he gets to this level 3 with the level 2 brain sap so he can heal more, it's definitely advantageous.
Yeah, basically transferring those mangoes straight into heal, and also a little damage onto the enemy as well, so that's pretty nice.
With this top lane though, Ogre against Tusk, which herp derp can slap the other the hardest? That's the question.
Are you calling Tusk a herp derp?
Yeah, I am.
Hey, Tusk, he's drunk, he's not stupid.
Well,
yeah, the arrow comes in onto the Beastmaster, which is going to stop a lot of the damage, but now the snowball comes through, bring them both in, and Mikey gets first blood. True LOTV fashion, just completely dumpster your laning phase and then come back in the mid game.
No, you don't dumpster the laning phase, you lose the laning.
Well, yeah, get dumpstered in the laning phase is what I meant.
So yeah, he's going for Quaswex again on the Invoker, not too surprising.
Yep.
But all three Radiant cores seem to have a decent start in the laning phase here. They're doing pretty well.
Do you reckon Stormstormer just says that it's always better to go Quaswex, or do you reckon... Because I know there's some Invokers out there who refuse to go anything other than Quaswex all the time. They just don't see the appeal of Exalt at all because of the existence of Alacrity.
The problem with Quaswex Exalt at the moment is it takes a long time for you to come online.
Yeah.
Oh, top lane.
Oh.
He actually tried to snowball dodge the arrow, but he ended the arrow in the middle of the coming out the snowball.
Oh, okay, I see.
So he got hit anyway.
Right. Well, they've lost that harass war quite convincingly, but got some regen coming out to them on LOTV as Singularity put on the pressure, and of course they're doing pretty well starting out. Bashrik going for the ice shards to separate Hoverty from his tower, but doesn't quite land it. Well,
this Beastmaster's having a great time top lane though. My main worry is when you have this ogre, you really want somebody that can trade harass well with the ogre. But Miranda has kind of rubbish base damage at the start of the game. She does have the Aquila now, so starting to hit a little bit harder, but it's not that great, honestly.
Gonna have to leap over those shards, but no big deal.
Bashrik?
And it's a lot of harass onto Bashrik, yeah.
He might be in trouble. Actually, okay. I thought they might commit for it with the leap. I think Wagga would have died as well, so probably not worth
yeah,
it.
they probably would have at least lost Wagga, if not both of them. Because especially with those wild axes, extra damage coming through. What about bot lane, my dear?
They did start to chase the Bane there.
Okay.
This PA's getting some good farm though in this bot lane against the axe, just because of the dagger, like you said in the draft. Obviously, takes off the battle hunger and he's fine.
Yeah, it's proving to be quite a stronger lane than we first thought. But then again, that doesn't really matter what LOTV draft. They don't have strong lanes.
That's true. Yeah, they never win their laning stage anyway. So
who needs it? Well, Cooper's getting a fair amount of damage done, but of course is now running out of mana, as he said before. So, yep, there you go. He's got one more Mango, one more Arcane Bolt, and that's going to be it from him.
Top lane.
As Eskil's taking a ton of damage down here. Meanwhile, up at top, we have the Beastmaster going down as well. So we lose Eskil at bottom and the Beastmaster at top. So a pretty even trade, all things considered.
Did you catch bot lane?
I can
explain.
I caught both. I caught both. I jumped top just as the Beastmaster died, so everybody had a pretty good idea of what happened in both lanes.
Just the fire blast into the arrow. Pretty easy
Cool.
kill.
Thanks.
Mikey might be in trouble again here.
Great. Mikey up at top. Yep. There's a fire blast, and Wagamel's just all over him.
Okay, well, double kill.
Getting pounced upon, yeah. And Shrine is going to be up in 5 seconds, and Waga's making his way straight over, but they'll get some runes first. Oh, it's going so well. Bottom lane, Eskil slept up, a dagger is out, Solon is here, and a little jump forward from Nico. Coop has got this double damage, he's looking to finish off Solon, and, well, doesn't need mana. Might need mana. Definitely needs mana. Nope, doesn't need mana, he'll find him. Decides to throw out the Arcane Bolt for, yeah. He didn't know how long he'd be TPing for, though, because he was in the trees. I think the right click's quicker than the... Is it? I don't know. What's quicker?
The right click's probably quicker than the Arcane Bolt. Concussive shot would have been the style point, so that's the quickest.
Yeah, I'm not sure would have done enough damage to actually kill him, though.
That's true.
Would have been very awkward.
Cube gets a nice D-ward there on the high ground.
He certainly do.
My main worry here is this mid lane at the moment. I mean, bot lane's not going great for LOTV, but mid lane... Invoker's starting to catch up again. He was quite far behind, but now he's getting some more points in his Wex and Quest. He can start to be a bit more a nuisance and trade harass better with the EMP and the Cold Snap. Wind Ranger did go for that double now, and now she got the Blaze of Attack as well, so lots of base damage to work with on the Wind Ranger.
Oh, roll in, going for Stormstormer here in the middle lane. Ice Shards are out, but now he's going to turn it around with a Tornado and EMP. Going to drain out all of their mana. In comes Cube as well, trying to get the damage onto Bashrook. Stormstormer looking very low, though, will get taken down. Can Cube get the return kill onto Bashrook? Looks like he can. Getting something out of this, at least. And, well, Cube's going to continue the harass onto Mastermind. Mastermind does have that rain drop, and Cube might be in a bit of trouble. Mastermind's coming forwards with that wind run, trying to just get some more right clicks off. Cube does have the concussive vault, though, and that will save his life for now. No mana for a power shot.
Yeah, unfortunate. Not quite enough.
Oh no, Mikey dies in the top lane.
This is the problem, though. As soon as the Tusk leaves the top lane, like, Mikey just dies to this Fire Blast into Arrow combo. We've talked about how like,
surprisingly
Naga and
good.
Naga and Clock tended to be the ones that we saw the most, but Ogre's just as good with the Fire Blast and being that frontline tank for the Morana in the laning stage. Sky actually goes for the double braces, so he's probably just looking to rush the Atos before even going for null talismans. The build that we normally see for stats is you go double null, then double bracer into Atos.
Top lane behind the tower, Hovey's coming in, gets the stun off, followed up with an arrow, and Mikey, he's going to go down again.
That's the fourth death from the same combo. Like, do you want Mikey to farm up here? Because if not, then you're doing the right thing. Like, if you want to prioritize getting your PA farm, this is fine, but you can't just put him up here by himself and expect him to be okay. It's not going too great.
That's a choice. Meanwhile, in the middle lane, Stormsword's getting jumped on yet again and will be killed under his tower. Now, can Cube pull off the same thing as before and get a retribution kill? I don't think he can this time.
Okay, so if you're going to trade Stormstormer for Mikey, that's definitely worth it then.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
As Tusk is making the right movements around this map.
Eskill's not having a great time in this bot lane, though, against the PA. He can't really harass either of these people out, because if he battle hungers the Bane, he's just going to like brain stab him back, in which Bane kind of just wins that war anyway. And PA can always just dagger off the battle hunger and get a creep. So Nico Baby's quite happy down here.
Yep. And we'll jump forward onto Eskill here as Solon comes in. The spins are coming out though, doing a fair amount of damage, and Cube is here under the cover of Moonlight Shadow and jumps straight away onto the PA, just trying to get some damage off onto her, but in comes the Tusk, snowballing into the fight. Cube having to get out of this one, but in comes the Moonlight Shadow. They don't have the sight for it, now turning it back around. They want to blow up Solon as quickly as possible. He does get that life sap off, and it's going to bring him back into a bit of health, but in comes the Arcane Bolt, and with the Battle Hunger, it will cut him down. One more right click from Cube will do the job. Now Eskill running away. Bashrook is giving chase, so through the tree line, he actually misses with that, no, didn't actually throw it out, but they jump straight away onto Eskill. Can they finish him off? They can, but not before they get a quick kill onto Bashrook. Nico trying to TP out of this one, but the Fire Blast is there. Phantom Assassin getting very low. I don't think there's any way out of this one, although she'll try and run. Where can she run? Where can she hide? There's another TP in. Solon's coming through. Blink striking to the creep wave, and Solon puts to sleep. But Nico, he can't get away. He's got to die as creep to get out of this one. And Hovey, he's chasing the Fire Blast. It's going to be enough to bring him down. She's got the one charge. She just about survives on 7 HP. PA surviving against all odds and getting away from LOTV. Big survival there.
If he'd have died there on the PA after blinking into the middle of the creep wave, I'd have felt so bad for him.
Absolutely.
That'd have been so unfortunate. I was thinking about how PA was taking so little damage from that Arcane Bot in those fights, and I looked over. He's actually gone Hood first on the PA. So if you look at the LOTV side, in the same way that Waga went Hood on PL last game because there was a lot of magic damage from the Zeus, Sand King, Gyro, etc., I feel like it's the same again for the LOTV themselves this time. They don't really have a lot of physical damage at this point in the game, so this early Hood is so valuable on the PA.
That's true, that's true. Well, Tornado EMP out onto Mastermind, and Mastermind suddenly finds itself with no health or mana to speak of, so just fire off a power shot and probably go and get a rune. Oh, it's actually wind runs to the rune, like, yes, come here, please.
Eskill's sitting on the 18 CS, by the way, and he's died 3 times. So if you're a fan of LOTV, don't look at the net worth chart at the moment.
26 CS.
Pretty rough.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got a few more now, but even so, he's having a rough time.
He certainly is. But, you know, that's classic. That's what we expect from him.
You really want to hit a good blink timing, though, to be able to kill the PA this game. Like, we talked about that matchup and how it's so good, and this matchup's only good until Tusk gets a blink.
Blink Blade Mail. I mean, the axe, yeah.
I don't think he has any points in call at the moment either. No, so even when he gets this blink, he's probably only going to have a couple of points in call to work with anyway.
Yeah, I mean, he's ideally going to get the blink and the blade mail, but yeah, obviously, you want to have at least a couple of levels into the call with that blink dagger, otherwise it's essentially useless. But I'm sure he will. With the slow rate, he's getting it. Do you like this build of X?
It's okay. I'm surprised he didn't only put 1 point in it, because I feel like we saw how little the Battle Hunger was doing in the lane. Like, if you're putting a second point in it, it's not really going to make a difference. I just would have built towards the cool. I would have gone 1-1-4, I think, and then just max cool second and just played around the Blink Blade Mail. But it's okay if he wants the second point.
Oh, up at top, Mikey goes down again, instantly blown up by the heroes on LeftOneTV. I was too busy listening to you and not busy enough looking at the camera.
I mean, nobody listens to me anyway.
It's just me. Everyone on the stream's got you muted.
I mean, that means they have you muted too, so this...
I know. Feels great.
Varga has no leaps left here. Might be in trouble.
Yeah, but they don't know that, and they split the C's as they try and get away. Oh, Varga. Scene, it's not going to hide you. That tree is not going to hide you. The shards do get vision.
So you can check how many leaps they have because it will say above the hero on the tooltip.
Oh, right. Well, Bane, he's fallen pretty low here as the silence comes out. It's a bit of damage. He's got that lifestyle to bring him back up with a cool up. Can they finish off the axe? Yes, they can. And down goes Solon as well. Nico thinking of going back in here. He's got the support of Mikey, but a leap over the trees as Wagger comes off cooldown. And Eskil also retreating to the safety of that tower. Hovey, well, the Shackle does not commit. Meanwhile, the Roar is out onto Eskil as they blow up Hovey. The Mystic Flare comes down. Doesn't do that much to Nico, though. It's all going on around this tower. Let's look at the PA as they chase him down. Concussive Bolt does match and slows that down a bit, but the PA with the phase boots, very difficult to catch Stormstormer. Going to go around the other way. Blinks to Mastermind. Setting up. The arrow coming through. Does catch Mastermind. And along with the Arcane Bolts coming into Nico. Got to be careful here. Cupid's got his eyes on the prize, but Mastermind's actually just going to shackle the two of them together and turn around and get the power shot through. Going to get them both quite low. Now Snowball forwards onto Wagger. Bashruk's chasing. Gonna punch him up in the air as Mastermind comes through as well. Arrow is not gonna miss, and Wagger is gonna fall. So finally, Singularity makes something happen in this team fight, and they will just now disengage from one another. But yeah, that was a bit of a win for Singularity, I would say.
Yeah, that hood on Nico Baby was doing so much work as well. Like, he's so difficult to bring down because of his magic resistance. Like, with all the staff always coming through, not killing him, all the arcane bolts weren't doing very much. Like, this is a level 3 arcane bolt, it's not a level 1. So Hood's doing a lot of work. Hopefully he just TP's down to the bot lane. I'm just going to farm.
Yeah, that's
fine.
just Ogre things. Need to get his wards up, you know?
This is something I've been trying out on Ogre as well. So now that the multicast is so much better at level 1, you have the 60% chance. Is it 60 or 40%? I can't remember. 60%.
60.
And and this is at all levels. So you just max the Fire Blast first now. And just max out the Bloodlust second, where we used to see a 1-1-4 build from the Ogre, just as like literally just a Bloodlust. But I feel like with the way that
shout, they're committing a lot for this Skywrath, but they will take him down, and they'll probably get the tower in response as well.
All rotations where you get a kill and the tower, definitely worth it. Yeah, max Fire Blast with the way that multicast works now, super good. Definitely worth trying.
Cool. Try everything once. TP's into the middle lane though. Storm. Well, Hovey's here. I think Mastermind's just here for the protection. And they'll hold on to their tier 1. So right now Singularity have every single tier 1 up. And LeftOneTV, they've only lost 1. Unlike last game. Actually, no, last game they did only lose 1. But it was much earlier than this. Eskil being chased down. Bashruk going to punch him up into the air. Nico is here. They're going to have the damage. They finish him off. And that's a nice kill for the PA to pick up. Help her get online all that sooner. She is leading the net worth chart after that. Snowball out onto Tusk, but they're a little bit cautious to commit onto this one, especially with Mastermind coming in from behind. Shards don't quite block off the way, but Hovey's just trying to work this one around, keep them inside that EMP. Can't mana drain me if I don't have any mana to drain. And, well, they just quickly jump in and blow up the Ogre Magi on Nico as Cube retreats to the safety of his tower. Basher makes way on low HP.
If you have a good Axe game, you tend to have Blink Vanguard by maybe 15 minutes, like maybe sometimes just before, maybe like 12, 13. Unfortunately, he's not got a Vanguard, and he's still 600 gold off Blink. So a little bit behind where he wants to be on the Axe, unfortunately. And
but
it's really affecting the tempo of the game, though, because I talked about this last game a little bit. LeftOneTV don't have anyone to play around at the moment. They haven't got a strong hero that they can have on the front line. Warg is probably your best bet on this Marauder because he's the most farmed, but they have to give some space to this Axe so he can return the favour afterwards when he gets his Blink Blade Mail.
Well, it's a smoke up from LeftOneTV. They don't care, they got no blink on their Axe, they're looking to go. But it's also Singularity moving on to Stormstormer here as well. Does he smell something's up? I think he must.
He actually went Midas this game as well. He understands that they're pretty far behind, so he just needs to farm up.
Yeah, I think they've got a little bit of a later timing in the last game as well. And Singularity, as we saw from last game, you know, they're not big on pushing their advantage, and I think this is just a nice read from Stormer to say, okay, we know how they play, therefore we're going to take full advantage of that. Meanwhile, Solon gets caught out by Cube and Hovey here. Nice little combo by them with the Mystic Flare and the Fire Blast. Yeah, these points of Fire Blast are really paying off already.
It's so much damage with the multicast, honestly. It's pretty mental. Like before, the Ogre literally just a Bloodlust machine. You didn't offer any kind of damage, any kind of thing. You'd cast a Bloodlust, then run at them and hit them until they killed you. That was basically your job in the fights. But he can actually do things now. Good hero.
Very good hero. Yeah, I always think Ogre Magi is... I don't know, he is picked up quite a bit, so I guess it's not underrated, but... I'm still surprised at how little I see him.
But again, it's gone away from having those 4 support heroes that we saw every game. We're seeing so many different support heroes now that are actually viable. Like, we've seen Earth Spirit today, we've seen Tusk today, Tree, Chen, Skywrath, Bane, Ogre. We've seen so many different heroes, and it's just so refreshing.
So nice.
It is. As a support player, it's so
Very
refreshing.
nice.
And that might just be because there's a new patch been dropped and teams are just trying different support heroes out. Or it could just be that, you know, maybe there are just more viable supports again. Maybe there aren't just certain overpowered ones. Like Crystal Maiden's another one we've been seeing a lot more of as well. First phase banned like both times last series as well.
Well, Hovey puts the pressure on Wagga to get these CS with the Ignite, but well, keeps his cool and gets all the CS.
He missed it. Just
Did he?
Ignite got one of them. Ignite got the big creep.
Oh, damn.
Sometimes.
Ogre knew what was up. He's got to get out of farm too.
Blink on Evoker now though. Might get a bit more interesting.
I mean, this is a fantastic split pushing item though, and that's exactly what he's using it for right now. He's got this Blink Dagger and he's just going to go down bottom and start pushing out this tower. Making a lot of space for his team as well, forcing Singularity back.
Yeah, we saw how well of a job he did last game where every time he was close to getting picked off in the side lanes, he'd just blink away and TP out.
Wow, look at this. They know exactly where he's going to go. They've circled it on the map. Now I jump. They're going to roar him. And in comes a snowball as well. Punch him up in the air. And Stormstormer is dead. And that was very impressive. Like, Nico literally circled the area on the map which he was going to walk into. And he walked exactly into that area. Yeah. Such a good read.
I don't know if you saw what happened there. Beastmaster
Oh, what a shackle onto 2 of them, but Eskil responds with the immediate jump in. Mystic Flare as well. Mastermind just getting carried away before his team even got there. Now the roll into Eskil here, trying to do the damage to the axe. He got to take him down, and he gets a call off just about in time, but what does it matter? The crit comes through. Now Ogre Magi going to be woken up by the life sap and then finished off by Mikey.
They have the Destra on the PA here, so they might look to try and go into Roche. Oh, they're all pretty low, actually. So they can't do it.
They've got a shrine if they want to be quick about it, but as I said, got to hurry up. Doesn't look like it's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw what happened when that Invoker died before, though, that the Beastmaster blinked in, and you could see the turn rate of Stormstormer. He was trying to blink away, but he didn't quite reach the point that he wanted to in his turn rate just before the blink. The Roar came out just in time to kill him off.
I have a question.
Really yeah.
Mikey just put his face boots in his backpack when he went to Shrine.
It must have been a misclick. Probably meant to do it for the Soul Ring.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
It was bad, man.
Still pretty
Efficiency
funny. Pretty funny.
You know, phase boots give so many stats that you have to put them in your backpack when you shine. Don't doubt Mikey. Waga's in trouble.
Yeah, Singularity are doing a great job in pressuring here, actually. And there is the Roar. They catch out the Mirana. And now comes the Fiend's Grip as well. That'll be enough to finish her off. Followed up with a Focus Fire, even. Now Hovey going to get jumped on as well. Nico looking for this kill. Mastermind finished up with a Power Shot. Bashrik just TPing out. Straight away going to the mid lane to defend from Cube. Although Eskil's here, they might actually initiate onto this Tusk. He's even used a Snowball, so now they just jump straight onto him with the Mystic Flare, finish him off, and then get the Culling Blade to run themselves away. Nice positioning there, not to get caught out by the Shackle.
And this is going to be a Roche, though, for the PA. Has the Desto, so they can just walk in with the Inner Beast Aura from the Beastmaster too.
Well,
Pretty free Roche.
Storm with the Alacrity onto the Siege Creep should be able to take this bottom tower in response. Yeah, it's being pinged out. PA's getting a little bit low.
That Catapult does so much damage.
The Alacrity Catapult is absolutely mad, yeah.
And they actually don't have enough damage because they didn't have the Focus Fire up. for the Roche. So that's a really good trade for LOTV if this bottom tower goes down. Looks like
Yeah.
it won't. But
A Sunstrike Roshan, I wonder if they saw the HP it was on. But yeah,
I
that
don't think
actually
they-
just gets the tower into deniable range, which kind of sucks, but there you go.
you can see how much better Singularity are doing this game though, in terms of moving around the map and getting pickoffs.
Absolutely.
The
yeah.
heroes are just so much better at it this game. And I'm surprised Singularity aren't smoking up here. This Ogre might be in trouble though.
No, they don't tend to go for the smokes. They tend to just do it better. And in we go straight away. A roar onto Eskill. The shackle somehow doesn't quite land. He still gets the roar off, but he's going to go down all the same. But the return kill to Mastermind with the Mystic Flare is very quick. And they finally get rid of that sight from the bird. And it's a buyback from Eskill. In fact, they punch up Waga. Moonlight Shadow used though. And in comes a PA in the backlines. Oh no, she's actually considering going in or not, but they get the roar just as they send her up as well at the same time, but now she's completely stuck here, isolated from her team. Mikey, meanwhile, gets a kill to Waga on the backlines, and now they get the call onto the Phantom Assassin. That's the big one. Nice buyback from Eskill, though. And now Stormstormer jumping forwards onto Solon here. Bane is happy to be the sacrificial lamb. Bashrik, meanwhile, getting taken out by Q, but down goes Solon, and that's going to be all the kills they could possibly want, except maybe a Beastmaster.
Well, that's a great line for Ogre, by the way, in the voice chat.
Well,
See that?
I didn't see it.
Look at, press enter and look at it. It's so
Hey
good.
gods, how'd that happen? How'd that happen? Indeed.
Okay, so another
Very
thing I want to
fitting.
mention. Bane got nerfed last patch. Fiend's Grip has an extra 20-second cooldown at level 1. When they ran into that fight, guess what the cooldown was on Fiend's Grip when they went in?
Was it 20 seconds?
It was 20 seconds, Nomad.
And
So
people say nerfs, just small nerfs don't make a difference. Ruined.
it really does matter, because imagine if they had the Fiend's Grip there, the fight might have been completely different. Just having that extra bit of lockdown for the hero. For an extra hero, maybe.
Someone left a creep alive to make sure he got that Midas off. So efficient. And they didn't deny the tower, so Storm's just going to come in and get their last hit on it.
They Sunstrike the Roche again, so they know this is happening.
Yeah, and I don't feel like Singularity can actually take this right now. If Stormstormer comes over,
They don't have the
doesn't have
damage.
TP.
They have to be so careful here on Singularity.
it's pretty
Just
crazy
leave-
when you're talking about a PA with a Desolator and a Mithril Hammer and you say they don't have the damage, but you're right. It's taken them so long.
Roche
Still,
is
they-
stronger than it used to be.
Yeah, but
Takes a lot longer.
still pretty crazy with the Medallion and the Inner Beast as well. I think it
Or
goes
they might find the Bane.
Oh, arrow going to come out. He sleeps himself. The arrow is slightly off the mark, but now jumping in, using the roar onto Eskill and blowing up Cube straight away. It's a nice start to the fight for Singularity. What else can they go for? Tornado going to rip through, catches two. Meanwhile, Mara going to jump in and try and do the damage to Mastermind, but they can't quite finish her off. She gets very low thanks to that MKB, and the fire will actually finish her off. That is the power of the Ogre Magi. Now Bashra going to get taunted up, and Atost as well, as the Cube is actually brought back into this game. Now, well, rolling forwards onto Cube, and they'll catch him out the moment he gets out of that snowball, as the arrow will connect as well onto that sleep, using the Bane against him. Now Blink Forward's going to
they
call
got the
up the
+1.
PA. This is a really big +1, and they will bring it down. No problems at all. Talk about +1, +2. Mass out of control as Wagamama gets a kill onto Mikey as well, and LOTV very happy with this.
Yeah, this is textbook play from LOTV. I think Singularity did a good job of roaring Axe at the start of the fight, because they've realised that he's the big team fight for LOTV, but they just don't have the damage to bring people down. This is the problem. Like, all their spells are single target. If they don't land the shackle, they can roar somebody, but where's the follow-up damage?
Yeah.
Like, PA's not jumping into these fights. She just hasn't got enough at this point. And this is the problem. If you do go hood first, it delays your BKB, which is the big thing this game.
Well, that's the thing, like, they roared the axe at the start of the fight, but they didn't focus him. That was just a roar to keep him locked down whilst they killed Cube. I like the idea, but in retrospect, it just didn't work at all, because, you know, the axe was just able to, once he was done with the roar, you could just run in and get a bunch of calls off in a row. Focusing Cube isn't really the best idea, I don't think. Missed it. And down goes Cube. The roar is out onto the Morana, but Mikey's getting very low indeed. And with the damage out of this Morana, they bring him down, no problem at all. Hovey will take the kill. And, they're actually coming in for more. They'll get the Aegis off of Morana here. And Hovey, well, he's going to have to stun up the Bane to stop himself getting locked down. Morana actually going to go into this one because she's got no leap available. So she just needs to try and get a kill before she dies. Will at least get Solon, but now gets taken down by Bashrik's Ice Shards. Hovey just playing around in the trees. They won't try and chase him. Eskill's coming in. He's got a blink dagger. He's just got a blink and call. Beautiful blink call onto two here. And they'll take down Bashrik with the Sunstrike. And Nico, well, he's actually going to jump back and finish off Hovey. Bot lane, well, the tower is taking a bit of damage, but in comes the Beastmaster. Meanwhile, Nico trying to play around the creeps, but Eskill's just chasing and chasing and chasing. Doesn't want to give up. Nico, I think he actually needs to turn around and fight this one. I'm not too sure. No, just beautifully plays it. Using that Blink Strike, and now Eskill tries to go for the TP out. Doesn't manage it, actually. Just gets caught out here in the end. And they'll just wait to bring him down. And Nico, does he want to go in for the last hit? Yes, he does. Goes for the style points there. And all according to plan, says Nico, baby.
That was such a sick play by Nico, baby. He had Battle Hunger on him as well, but Blink struck to the creep to not only avoid the axe, but to take the Battle Hunger off him.
Yeah.
There's a few things I want to talk about here.
Right.
Wind Ranger blinked in, tried to kill the Skywrath. Skywrath just Atos ulted him, silenced him, and he died. That was it. Skywrath didn't even die.
Okay.
Second thing is, Wagamama, instead of going for the Maelstrom, he's gone for this MKB first.
Yes, I did
He built
notice
the
that.
Javelin.
I really like that.
Super good against the Wind Ranger and the PA. So if anybody's questioning why, that's it. I'd like to see him get a Lincoln's next on Mirana.
Yes,
to just
absolutely.
try and get rid of this single target that's coming out from the Raw. Fiend's got the shackle shots.
Oh, now it's going to be a Moonlight Shadow into a smoke. I like what Singularity are doing. As he said, weren't aggressive enough this game and last game, and definitely looking to make up for it this game.
Yeah, Waga is going Lincolns. But yeah, LOTV knows something's up here. I think they might have done it under a ward in the mid lane. I'm not sure if they did or not. I can't. No, they might not have done, but LOTV just realised, I think.
Well, they're going to smoke up and immediately just run straight into it. Eskill with the jump in. Going to catch two really important targets. Bring down, but there's a snowball save. Actually gets him out off the Mystic Flare, blowing up Mikey and Solon straight off the bat. Now Nico popping that BKB. Needs to find something. Gets Wagamama. It's an important kill. Now Eskill's going to try and drag him back into base with that BKB, meaning it's very difficult for them to bring down this PA. And now Mastermind might be the target here as Stormstormer jumps forwards, and they will find this Windrunner. Bashruk, he's going to be the sacrificial lamb to allow their PA enough space to get away. And, well,
Nico, baby,
or will
needs to
she?
run here.
Hovey is walking around. Nico, then comes the concussive bolt.
50%
Where are going to
slow.
run to? There's, well, the Sunstrike doesn't even land because she's so slow, but Eskill finds him and brings down the PA. What a fantastic kill. And they actually just let the Tusk get away completely, which they just completely focused the PA. Exactly the right call. And they're blowing up the Mirana at the start of these fights, and the evasion still isn't enough to you know, the fact that once Mirana is down, they don't have any heroes that can pierce that evasion with right clicks, but the magic damage is more than enough to bring them down anyway. And when they expend all their BKBs to kill the Mirana, and then they're left with all the magic damage of LOTV, it seems pretty painful.
Yeah, it's rough. They did a really good job of kiting the BKB of the PA. Like that, I think that was a 10-second one, wasn't it? Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
And like they just call the PA for the second time during the BKB, just runs out, and then the PA's like, "Oh my god, I have to get out of here. Like I can't do anything anymore." I feel like this Wind Ranger's just not doing anything this game anymore. Like she's landing some shackles, which are doing okay, but she can't get her damage out. Like she's just getting blown up straight away. She needs a BKB of her own so badly.
Did Axe get his blade mail in that fight?
He had it. He's had it for a while, I think.
Oh, okay.
Oh, no, he hasn't.
He hasn't
He
had
had
it for that
Vanguard.
long. He had the Vanguard, yeah.
I'm not sure
I think
he
he
did.
just picked it up, you know.
Yeah, this
In
is
which case,
looking
this
bad,
is this is very painful now.
then. PA has 20 armor, which is okay. Like it's going to stop some of the blade mail damage from your own attacks, but it's not going to be enough.
Doesn't sound okay. Doesn't sound okay at all.
Like the two supports on LOTV are so farmed in comparison to the two. Like look at this Bane. Look in his own on the bottom of this net worth chart.
Poor guy.
Like, Ogre has a 90 GPM talent at level 10, so he's so much stronger than he used to be. It used to be 60 GPM, I think, but this 90 GPM helps the hero so much. He might be in trouble here on Bane.
Sleep out onto the Invoker, but there's a Battle Hunger, comboed up with the Cold Snap, and Solon just can't do anything, constantly stunned up, the Cataclysm comes down, does actually miss, and they immediately turn around and blow up Mastermind with a Mystic Flare instead. Now the Tornado, it's gonna find the Beastmaster in the tree line, and Eskill's just sitting on his face, ready to go, doesn't even use the call, they'll just blow him up with a silence. Meanwhile,
He got the +2 on the back line.
well, Hovey's holding them up, they're actually trying to kill Hovey, but in comes Eskill with the call, and the Phantom Assassin is going to take so much damage from herself there and just gets completely destroyed, followed up with Bashruk as well, and 5 heroes dead. LOTV lose nobody, and, well, another great fight from them.
Holy shit, hopefully he just got 2 4x multicasts in a row. Where did they go? He just disappeared. Like, Wind Ranger goes into the middle of the fights, and Skyrath's doing such a good job of focusing the Windrunner because the Skyrath knows that Wind Ranger doesn't have BKB. So he just Atos, flares the Wind Ranger, and she just dies. They don't even need the call. It's insane. There's so much burst damage coming out from them.
Yep, and here we go, charging up the top lane, looking to take a barracks. They've got a catapult, and they're going to alacrity it. And, oh,
Radiant
tower is just falling under the might.
Oh, there's even a Kaya on the Skywrath as well. No wonder the Wind Ranger's dying.
Radiant's top
Oh, they actually catch out Solon, just being caught out solo by Cube. He was ready. Just sitting on the high ground, waiting for someone to try and flank around this fight.
I think you just back off here and just play careful. You might as well just play it safe, wait for the second Rosh, I would imagine, before you take another fight. There's no reason to give them away to get back into the game, which is, I feel like I say that every game at the moment that I cast. This Ogre is so farmed. I mean, I've got PTSD from when I played Ogre at a LAN like every single game in the UK. I know everyone in chat's going to be like UK lol, something like that in chat, but...
Oh, don't be silly. You implying that chat's some kind of hive mind, which will always latch on to the easiest meme to make. It's very
well, they actually get
presumptive.
S-skill.
Oh, T-Tors.
No man, stop flaming me and concentrate on the game.
I know, I'm sorry. But yeah, pretty decent.
Oh, they get the +1, they got Cube.
Yeah, they found Cube as well. Cube is a little bit out of position there, though turns around and kills Mastermind. Alright, that's value. Now Stormstormer looking for more. Mikey's dropping low as Stormstormer's doing the damage. Throw up the Deafening Blast. Beautiful sleep from Solon. Actually saves Mikey's life, though. And PA, I think she's out of this one. Yep, she is.
It makes me laugh how every time Mastermind blinks in so confidently, it always just dies to this Skywrath. Every single time. It's like, guys, I got this big shackle. Oh, I'm dead.
It's very sad to see the BKB in a quick button just so far away from it and still dying the exact same way every fight until she's got it. If she gets it.
LOTV 20k net worth up now as well. I think they just wait for the second rush. It's just a minimum respawn as well, pretty much. It's coming up now.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Very good for them. Ogre's level 19, by the way, has a Blink Solar Crest Arcane.
Top tower
Cool.
Dude is huge.
Yeah, I was going to say, I played Ogre every game for like a LAN, and I'm pretty sure it's the most sad thing I've ever done. Like, I just had like 3k net worth at the end of every single game. Probably less than that, probably like 2k. Like all the people at the UK's MMR.
Singularity scouting forwards. Might find themselves a tasty bit of Stormstormer steak. But he's going to get out of this one. Maybe. Maybe I spoke too soon. Who knows? He's in the trees. He doesn't have the TP ready. Now he does. Oh, he gets caught out. He spent too long about it. Oh, blink up. But the blink, they guess it correctly. Now they get the shackle off. Cube is here, but what can he do? The snowball comes out. Fiend's grip as well. I think they got to leave Invoker for dead here. Oh, nope. They're turning around. S-Kill. He gets a call onto 2. They bring down Mikey so quickly. Tusk is going to make it away on the background.
Watch Mastermind.
Yeah, he's trying to run away. But Hovey is here and just slaps him in the face and brings him down.
This Ogre's more of a Wind Ranger than the Wind Ranger. He's just fighting everyone. He doesn't care anymore.
Frontline Ogre. What you gonna do?
I'm not gonna lie, I was really hoping he'd get the 40 strength at level 20. It's such a good meme. It's like 800 health or something stupid.
That's pretty insane, isn't that? The same as DK's level
same as
25.
DK's level 25. Same as Sven's level 25 with the God Strength as well.
Yeah.
And, free Rosh with the Solar Crest on the Ogre especially. Goes down so quickly.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of free Rosh, you know. It did cost them Stormstormer. Never forget.
It's
Oh. Just under your breath. It's free.
It's fine.
Shut up.
Ogre's the carry now, anyway. I'm not going to stop going on about it. Look at the net worth of the teams, of the players. Like, Ogre's almost caught up to 4. Yeah, he's just gone above the Beastmaster.
Yeah.
Only Windrunner to go. He's probably not going to reach the PA.
Nico's like 4k behind the Invoker and 2k behind the Mirana.
He's going F-Blade on the Ogre as well. Dude, I can't tell you how excited I am. Every time Ogre gets an item, it makes me so happy. Aether Lens on the Skywrath now as well.
Do you remember when they made that the change so that Bloodlust affects the Beastmaster? Okay,
Alright, guys.
just catch out Mastermind.
Normally, what happens
I'm just
is
not expecting Mastermind to die this far up the lane. That's
Normally what happens is the Axe and the Skywrath go around together ganking. But I think Ogre does as much burst damage as the Skywrath now, so might as well just do the Axe Ogre combo.
if he gets lucky.
Under attack.
Don't you look, it's all skill on Ogre.
Don't you give me that. Well, bottom shrine, it's going to be a goner. As LOTV just kind of taking possession of this map and eliminating every objective they can get before having to go high ground. It won't be long. In fact, I feel like it might be now, because they've still got the cooldown on Windrunner. Beautiful call! Cataclysm going to come down as well, and what happened to the Radiant Heroes? What happened to Singularity? Because I don't see them anywhere, I just see 2 blood splatters on the floor.
Imagine not banning Evoker against Stormstormer after that wombo combo last game, and then getting your game finished off the same way this time.
And Bashrik died solo to Cube.
Okay, well, I mean, Cube's a god anyway, we've already established this from last
True, true. Let's get on to someone else today. Well, Shackle's out onto 2. It's not a bad way to start a fight, but when you don't have your PA, it sounds a little bit scary. Now, you're going to actually snowball onto the Ogre, kick him up into the sky, but there comes the Mystic Flare with the Atos, and Cube gets it done. And Stormstormer coming forward, looking onto the Bane. Bane will turn around with a Fiend's Grip, but just gets completely destroyed by Wagger. And good game is called. It's going to be a 2-0 LOTV. They do it, and they do it in style.
I'm not going to lie, I feel like coming into this matchup, these teams should have felt like they were pretty even with each other. And I know Singularity have had some problems with Adamson recently, where he left the team. And they're playing with Nico Baby instead, but LOTV, it feels like they've just completely crushed that series. Like, it wasn't close at all. That's very impressive by them.
Absolutely. Like, they could go all the way. I mean, there's some bigger fish to fry in this tournament for sure, but if they played the same way they played today, later on, admittedly, laning phase could use a couple of tweaks, game number 1 at least, but still, you know, like, I don't know, very, very, very good plays for them today, and they showed a lot of cohesion, and they showed a lot of creativity in their draft as well, which is nice to see.
I feel like Mastermind had a bit of a rough series today between the Zeus and the Wind Ranger. Probably not the best performance he's had, and I know he can play better than that. We've seen it before. Maybe a bit of slump after the TI qualifiers, maybe for Singularity, but I'm sure
I would agree. I would agree. Yeah, we've seen Singularity playing so much better than this, and it's a little bit disappointing for them to come out such an underwhelming fashion. But hey, you know, there's more games to come. There's more DOTA to be played. They only go down to the lower bracket. They're not out yet, so still time for Team Singularity to come back in this tournament and make a new appearance, a new lease of life, perhaps, and make it through to the group stages. But
I mean, coming into this tournament, who would have said LOTV would be in the upper bracket final? Because I definitely wouldn't.
True.
That's pretty impressive by them. And especially, like you said, before we cast their Empire game in the first round, that they felt like they'd been on a bit of a downer after the TI qualifiers. They've done super well to come back. Like, full praise to them. I'd take my hat off.
Take your hat off. I take everything off to them. Very impressive indeed. Alrighty then. Well, that is going to be it from us for today, and it from the BTS Summer Cup. There'll be more action tomorrow, of course, but we'll say goodbye. If you enjoyed the cast, then do consider following us on Twitter. I'll shove those in the chat. But for now, it's going to be goodbye, and I hope you